Hi everyone, my name is Kendrick and welcome to Travel and Live Free. In this video, I'm going to talk about my experience traveling to French Guiana. Now, French Guiana is not a country, it's actually an overseas territory of France, and it's the only French territory that France has in South America. I went to French Guiana after my trip to Suriname, and basically what happened in Suriname was that I went from Paramaribo, took a van to the border of Suriname and French Guiana, crossed the river on a canoe, and then from that side, basically the van driver that I had from Suriname had a friend that had a car, and he was going to drive me through the rest of the way to go to Cayenne, which is the capital city of French Guiana. The guy that was driving me was a pretty interesting guy. So basically during the whole car ride, starting from the border of French Guiana and Suriname all the way to Cayenne, we were just chatting on what his life was like here in French Guiana. French Guiana is one of the most expensive places also in South America. They use euros here because it's a French territory and prices are so expensive. Luckily for me, I had some Best Western points and I got to redeem one free night at a Best Western in Cayenne. And this was a lifesaver because I would have otherwise been killed at how expensive everything is in French Guiana. To illustrate this, the guy that was driving me offered to drive me to the airport the next day, and he said he was going to give me a discount on what otherwise you would pay a taxi driver. I don't remember how much it cost, but that is super expensive for a 5-minute drive to the airport. By the time I got to Cayenne, I pretty much just passed out by the time I got to my hotel. And the next day, I actually missed breakfast and I was choked because it's so expensive to buy food. I tried to speak to the front desk person and the front desk person said no, the manager said you can't have breakfast because you missed it. However, I can tell that the front desk person did not like the manager. So what she did was she took me to the kitchen and she said, hey, give him some food. And then actually the kitchen people gave me some food, which is so funny. Now my flight out of French Guiana wasn't until that evening. So what I did was that I spent part of the afternoon exploring the city circle in Cayenne. Afterwards, I ate some Chinese food, and then from there, I pretty much just waited in the lobby of the hotel until it was time to leave and fly out of this territory. And the driver from the previous day came, picked me up, drove me to the airport. He was a very pleasant guy, and I waited in the airport for about 2 or 3 hours. And before long, I was out of the Guianas, and now I was back to Brazil to continue my trip before leaving South America altogether. I would have to say that overlanding from Guyana to Suriname and French Guiana is one of the most rough things I've ever done in my life. It is truly an adventure and I highly recommend it to anyone with an adventurous spirit. But if you like to be comfortable, I don't recommend doing that at all, and I would just recommend you flying to those places if you do want to see them. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And don't forget to sign up to the Travel and Live Free newsletter where you can get a 10-step cheat sheet on how to travel around the world. You'll also get the latest tips and strategies on how to save money on travel for Canadians, how to go on a around the world adventure travel for Canadians, and how to use travel to get more freedom in your life as a Canadian. You can sign up for the newsletter in the description below. Until next time, I'll see you then.